Ever since the Switch 2 was fully revealed, discussions around every aspect of the console started appearing online. From the specs of the console, whether it was matching or more powerful than a PS4, was there enough innovations compared to the Switch 1, and of course the price. Now, seeing the features listed, followed by the price, I wasn't that surprised with the $450 base price, but one game that definitely got a reaction for its price was Mario Kart World. The game that was shown alongside the Switch 2 reveal is being priced at $80. Boy, that was some serious sticker shock. We went from $70 Tears of the Kingdom to $80 Mario Kart. And boy, people weren't happy. But now with plenty of time with the game itself, is what's included here able to justify the higher asking price? Well, let's go piece by piece and I'll give my overall thoughts. And Grand Prix is a good starting off point. The structure matches previous Mario Karts with 8 cups to choose from, each consisting of 4 races. But that's where the similarities end. The first race is standard Mario Kart with 3 laps around the track, while the remaining 3 races you drive these intermission tracks and the final lap is at the track itself. It's a good introduction to the open world and the multiple paths in between every track. But because of this setup, outside of the first track, you won't see the other full tracks unless you do them in other modes like Versus. While the new take of Grand Prix gives you an idea of how races will play out in World, if they had an additional Grand Prix mode with the standard races format, that would have been appreciated. Now, people like myself were worried about the straight line paths being boring and uneventful, but there were objects laid about to perform tricks off of, and when curves appeared, using the appropriate item allowed shortcuts to gain a lead. And with 24 racers now on the road, you'll have a lot of enemies to worry about, so you won't really have that much time to relax. And first, you'll be watching your back, making sure you have items for defense, which thankfully now automatically appear behind you. And in the back, you'll be fighting for your life, doing whatever it takes to get up ahead. While the intermission tracks are entertaining to drive through, the real standard tracks are overall better with their layouts and design. But you'll have plenty of time on those intermission tracks with the new mode included in World, Knockout Tour. These races consist of 6 locations with each destination cutting the amount of racers bit by bit, until 4 are remaining to race a lap at the final destination. This is honestly my favorite mode to play, as it's exciting making the cut at each checkpoint, and the times winning, especially online, feels amazing. With 24 real players all fighting on the road, no matter where you are, you'll be fearing for your life with shells spinning by, bullet bills coming from behind, or other racers cutting corners with golden mushrooms. That being said, it can feel a lot of times being in the middle is more optimal, as you'll gain better items to get up ahead near the end of races where it actually counts. There were plenty of times where I'm in or near first and then get bombarded with attacks to then not make it to the next round. The way I see it is, hey, that's Mario Kart, skill can play a large part in winning, but the amount of luck with item drops can also mess you up at the same time. But yeah, some item balancing could help lessen the amount of 1st to 24th moments. Speaking of the items, it feels like most, if not all, have benefits in races. You got the usual stuff like shells and banana peels returning, but new items like the ice flower to hit foes and slow them down for a bit is clever. The hammer throw is really cool as they stick in the ground to create obstacles for enemies so they have to maneuver around. Kamek, while random with what effects will happen, is a creative way to unlock additional characters, although it can be annoying to unlock a specific one if you're looking. Even the feather, which at first seemed iffy with its uses, can be used to make performing tricks around shortcuts and areas much easier. While the chaos of races and Knockout Tour can become frustrating when you get unlucky with attacks, a majority of the time I'll have fun and want to hop into the next race immediately. Although I would like more cups added later on so we can see more different routes in the world, the current 8 cups available can get repetitive if you get the same cup twice in a session. For additional modes, you of course have Versus to play, time trials to test your skills on a track, and of course, Battle Mode. The 2 battle modes included are Balloon Battle and Coin Runner. Unfortunately, Renegade Roundup from 8 Deluxe did not make a return. Full honesty, I had no interest in playing Battle Mode as it's been years since I played it in 8 Deluxe, but when I had to try it for footage, it was really a fun time. Coin Runner was fun hitting enemies to steal coins, but Balloon Battle was always the main event. And what surprised me the most was the elimination format returned. If you lose all 5 of your balloons, you lose. There's no more respawning until the timer runs out. This made me more careful with maneuvering across the map, which there's plenty of places to battle in. And going on a rampage with shells and well-placed bananas and winning first place in the end is pretty fun. Definitely plan to play more of that. When it comes to online, every mode here is playable, and in terms of stability, I rarely had connectivity issues, only once when playing in handheld mode outside the house. You can freely roam the world and drive about in between matches so you don't get bored waiting, plus you can chill with your fellow racers. The matchmaking seemed to be fairly balanced. Opponents online always felt like they matched my skill level, so there weren't any moments where first place was too far away and they were clearly going to win. One critique I've seen online that I can definitely agree with is course selection is very limited. From the starting off point, you can select 1 of 3 neighboring areas or go to random. However, if you see an arrow connecting to the destination, you're selecting to race the intermission track instead of racing 3 laps on the track itself. Only if an arrow doesn't connect to the location or selecting random gives you a standard 3-lap race. So many people online just choose random when voting. If the game provided the full list of tracks, that would be beneficial, as seeing online there's 202 different combinations of tracks to choose from. Leaving for the game to decide what you'll race on is very limiting, and hopefully this can be updated later on in a patch. Hey guys, Future Me here. As I was editing this video, Nintendo released an update for Mario Kart World where they basically ruin online races. Yeah, so what happens is if you select random, hoping to get those 3-lap races, the game prioritizes the 3 racetracks that they give you. So if you don't want to play intermission tracks, you're just shit out of luck. So whenever in this video I say, oh, the intermission tracks aren't that bad, and if you really don't like them, you can just play online versus and select random to get 3-lap tracks like OG Mario Kart, you can't do that anymore, and people are reasonably pissed. Hopefully Nintendo can patch this and fix it. Maybe just, give us a better way of selecting what tracks we want to play on. I'll go for anything. Anyone will go for anything. Just Nintendo, please fix this. Alright, just wanted to mention that. Kind of hurts the game overall, but anyway, back to the video. Now, let's talk about the main selling point of the game, the world itself. On the main menu, you can jump into free roam whenever you like and complete challenges laid about via these P-switches. You can also find these question mark panels at every track and Peach medallions hidden around every corner. Doing any of these 3 activities will reward you with stickers to place on your profile and on your cart. But outside of that, there isn't any additional rewards. While the lack of meaningful rewards is pretty disappointing, the activities themselves do make up for it, especially when you see just how many there are across the world. There are a total of 394 P-switches, 150 question mark panels, and 200 Peach medallions to find. And even after playing 40 hours of the game, I'm still nowhere close to finishing. The P-switches will have you either reach multiple checkpoints or gather blue coins laid about. But the missions themselves can also be focused around using a particular item, dodging set obstacles, completing mini races, or improving your skills with performing tricks. Some of the best missions are the ones that teach you shortcut paths to use in actual races. Just need to take the time to actually master them. And with the rewind feature, you can easily go back to the start of the path to try over and over until you feel more comfortable with how to perform those tricky maneuvers. It's also a funny way to dodge blue shells in single player. Looking online and seeing some of the routes people have already discovered really shows how the trick system and level design really make this game fun to play. I doubt I can manage all these routes, but I'm sure I can figure out some of them. Question mark panels and Peach medallions are pretty much the same thing with being hidden throughout the world. Only difference is the panels are only found on the tracks themselves. They're fun to search for, and you can freely look for them in online lobbies. P-switches, unfortunately, you can't do those in lobbies. Really disappointing when you realize you can't go head to head with friends in any of these challenges. Could have been fun if some of them were available, but no luck. But what you can do on and offline is take some fun pics with photo mode. You can change the pose, expression, have them face the camera, or add a nice frame. The game's art style and world looks so beautiful, I can spend hours looking for a spot just to take a good picture. And if you check my Twitter lately, you can tell I've been very addicted to taking pictures. While the rewards for challenges aren't anything amazing, the activities themselves definitely make up for it. You can freely roam the world, see the sights, slowly improve your maneuvering and tricks on tracks, take some nice pics, and grab a bite at Yoshi's. Look at them! I give them a 5-star review. And of course at Yoshi's, you can use the dash food to unlock a large variety of outfits for each character. Choose an outfit you like best and hit the road in style. Yeah, some characters got more to choose from than others, but with the large selection to choose from, you'll easily find a favorite. That being said, they really could have better organized the character select screen. Seems like they just did this just to make it look like there are more characters than there actually are, but whatever. Similar to the character select screen, I wish the world map had a way to view which challenges you completed. Outside of the question mark panels which you see via each track, the P-switches and Peach medallions, you have no way of tracking these. You're just gonna have to use an outside source to track your progress. A majority of the time you'll easily find something to do as the P-switches are all over the place. You finish one and immediately see the next one, sometimes before the current mission even starts, but other times you'll just be driving around hoping to find something. Anything to help remove the downtime would have been nice. The last thing that comes to mind worth mentioning would definitely be the music. With over 200 tracks of original and remixed music, you can spend hours just listening to the music alone. You'll be taking a nice Sunday drive down the road and hear a song come up and you'll probably tap your feet to it. Only thing I wish was, man, there really should have been a jukebox so you can choose what music to listen to. Now that's a real problem with this game. But that aside, the music itself is amazing, and that department alone gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Now overall, I've been having an amazing time with Mario Kart World. The tracks are fun to race, the trick system makes even the straight paths fun to travel, I love the knockout tour mode, and the free roam provides a big playground to just chill in. I can see some players not interested in the free roam aspect of the game, as outside of challenges, there's not much else. And some may not enjoy driving these intermission tracks, feeling they don't match the same level of quality as the standard original Mario Kart tracks. Honestly, I was enjoying every minute of it. But even with that said, the question still remains, is it worth $80? This is really hard because I really love the game, and the amount of content here is plenty for you and friends to have hundreds of hours of fun. But if we start comparing games based on the amount of content, I picked up Cyberpunk for $70 on PS5 and got 135 hours on a single playthrough. We can even go back all the way to Skyrim, which was $60. Yeah, we can talk about games costing more to make and inflation, but there are still games today that don't release at $70. What makes it more difficult is it's hard for me to say, oh wait for a sale, because Nintendo rarely does them. While I can say you'll enjoy your time with Mario Kart World, especially if you got friends to join in, $80 is a lot to ask for consumers to spend on one game. If, for example, DLC updates were free, then that could sweeten the deal. But what I imagine the best option here is to simply get the Mario Kart Switch 2 bundle. If you're not like me who cares to have a physical copy of the game, this bundle only has the game for $50, which 100% makes the game worth it. Considering Nintendo always did a Mario Kart 8 bundle for Switch 1, I'm pretty confident this is gonna stick for a while. You get the game cheaper and that $30 saved could be used on maybe another game on the eShop. No, not that one. I know I'll be playing Mario Kart World for the entire lifespan of the Switch 2. While I personally don't regret buying it physically, recommending everyone to drop that much is pretty extreme. Not a knock on this game specifically, I just think $80 is a lot for a standard copy of a game. If you're okay with dropping that much, go ahead and pick it up. No one should tell you what you can or can't spend with your money. All of these thoughts are just my own. Now I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of Mario Kart World? Is it worth picking up? What's your favorite or least favorite part of it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell to be notified for future videos. Now, with that said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you around next time. Bye. Gonna be honest, I see why people lost their minds for the cow.